Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hunter
Hunter.
Episode 6.
Yes. A surprising challenge.
Right.
So we're getting into the second official part of the Hunter's exam.
Right. And the last episode,
a lot of running
crazy.
is over.
Yes.
So no more just endless
Thank
running.
goodness.
Which means I'm thinking we're going to have some more like test-related stuff. Kind of like, you know, creativity, cunning, knowledge,
maybe
kind of
fighting.
that kind of things. Maybe puzzles, you know.
Ooh.
I would actually see that, given this is as a surprising challenge, means that it's not a very straightforward kind of test.
Sure, and that could be how they root out more of the people, because up till now, the first one was just endurance, right?
Yeah, physicality.
Physicality. The second one was a kind of physicality, but it was also like mental awareness and being able to be resourceful and roll with the unexpected, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So on this one, it could just be, I could totally see it being like a problem-solving.
Right. So Kurapika is going to have
deal.
probably some great opportunities
Yes.
here to show off his skills. I know that we've been goofing up here and there with messing up on the gender pronouns, but yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it, guys.
Yes. Eventually.
Other than that,
50
I want to see the development with Hisoka's potential secret partner. And that whole thing.
Or whatever that is.
Because that makes me think that Hisoka knew that this would be one of the challenges.
Right. Has some insider
it's a little bit
information or
interesting.
something.
Yeah.
And especially if it's something where they have to test like problem-solving skills on puzzles and things like that, with a trickster and and someone who's scheming, kind of like Hisoka. I am really excited to see how he would go about solving those.
That's true. All right, guys, this is going to be exciting. So without further ado, let's get into it. Nenshi? Buhara. Cooking?
Okay.
Cooking! Oh my gosh.
Okay, a subjective test.
Yes. Gourmet hunters.
Okay. No, this is gonna be like kitchen nightmares or something.
Oh yeah. It's a puzzle. Cooking is a puzzle.
Sure. Yeah.
Pork.
このビスカの森にいる豚なら種類は自由。その豚をここにある調理器具を使って
So they have to hunt.
料理で俺たち二人が揃って美味しいと言えば合格だよ。
美味しいと言っても味だけじゃダメ。料理を舐めないでね。わかった？自由だって。あんたも性格悪いわね。
Oh.
食材選びは俺の担当だ。
Are there no pigs around here or
ビスカ
something?
の森に生息する豚って
Oh. No, it's a really dangerous pig.
Sure. It's like some killer boar or something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They're huge. They're meat eaters. Yeah. Oh my god.
And there's a lot of them too.
Yeah.
I love how they have these tiny little legs, yet they were able to move super fast.
脆い額をガードするための進化というわけだ。
I don't think you need to cook that much pork.
That is a funny picture.
Yeah.
But which of them is actually going to ask them how they like it cooked?
That's a good question.
You were just the quickest.
ジャッジタイム。実食。
But she will almost never say yes.
Right.
焼きすぎね。硬くなって肉本来の旨味が台無しよ。
何？食いもしねえで。
一目瞭然でしょ。
Yep.
Hanzo.
なんで？
表面パサパサ、中は生。火が強すぎるのよ。
Does that mean Hanzo's out?
They can retry, I think.
Okay.
まったく、どいつもこいつもバカの一つ覚えみたいに丸い。
Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
you need to cut it up
が
and
全くないじゃん。
どうだい？俺様の料理。
Ha!
次は俺のだ。大して変わらんわ。
Yep.
but they're learning.
次は私だ。ジャッジをお願いする。
やっと料理っぽいものが出てきたわね。
与えられた器具や食材を駆使し、いかにメインの豚を引き立てるか。
Right. Yes.
つまり味は二の次。
見た目も重要だけど味が伴ってこそよ。
Yep.
あんたも403番と同レベルね。
合格者ゼロ。マジかよ。
We didn't see what Hisoka did.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. Or Kahlua.
また来年頑張れば。
Yeah.
Because the problem is they're not putting effort into something that they deem unimportant.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
ブハラ。
Buhara is just great.
だってさ、俺が手出さなきゃメンチあいつをやってた。
Ha
まあね。
Oh, shoot.
言っとくけどね。私らも食材探して猛獣の巣に入ることだって珍しくないのよ。武芸なんてハンターやってりゃ嫌でも身につくのよ。注意力も未知のものに挑戦する気概もない。それだけで十分ハンターの資格なし。
Yeah, why didn't anyone seem to put any effort into it? Like they had knives and stuff. They could have easily, like Kurapika.
They're
was
too
the-
proud. They're too proud.
Okay.
それにしても。
Oh, he was about to attack.
ゼロはちょっと厳しすぎやせんか。
Here comes the awesome old guy.
Right.
Yeah. With the total rule of cool.
Superhero landing! Yay!
Yep. With the nice studs and his massive ears. Just showing how old he is. Oh, nice. And he's balancing on only one, whereas usually two.
Yeah.
じいさん。
審査委員会の会長であり、ハンター試験の最高責任者。
Guess what's his name?
ネテロ会長よ。
Netero.
試験官は続けてもらう。ただし新しい試験には君に
おー
も実演という形で参加してもらう。というのは
Does that mean that if she doesn't succeed,
そ
that
の方が受験者も納得いきやすいやろう。
そうですね。それじゃあ新しい課題はゆで卵ってことで。
ゆで卵？
Boiled eggs specifically.
私たちを飛行船で真二つ山まで運んでいただけませんか？
mountain split in half?
立山か。なるほどの。
Wow.
あ、いいかも。
Epic battle happened here or something?
I don't know.
さあみんな、崖下を覗いてみて。
なんだあれは。
雲鷲の巣よ。
Oh
そう作るんだ。
no! Do not want. Do not want.
巣の
Wow.
下をよく
Okay.
No, I have serious arachnophobia. Please.
雲足は天敵
Oh no! No! Crap!
卵を産むのじゃ。
Like grapevines.
世界で最も入手困難な食材の一つでの。別名幻の卵と呼ばれておる。
ちょっと待て。まさか。
そのまさか。
Yeah.
Good thing the web's not sticky.
Right? I'm sure it's a little sticky, but it's not
Sure.
enough to hold them.
たとえ卵を
place.
取れたとしても
Right.
どうやって上がってくる気だ。
Yeah. Whoa.
おい飛び降りちまったぜ単なる自殺行為じゃねえか
いや、
Ah.
違う。
There's more webs at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh no?
面白い。
この谷底から干上がる
Oh, it's
小気流は
gas releases and stuff.
ヒナが
Okay.
飛び上がれるようになっておるのじゃ。
Uh.
待って、最後まで説明を聞いて。
Yeah, you don't know if the webs are strong enough to hold everyone.
俺たちも
Well,
か
I mean, spider webs are usually super duper strong, but
風だよ。風は常に吹いているわけじゃないから。
Oh crap!
その風はいつ吹くんだよ
待って。今だ。
Wow.
okay.
残りはギブアップみたいね。
やめるのも勇気じゃて。
今年は乾杯だまた来年出直してきます
At least he's being honorable about it.
Yeah.
美食ハンターだろうとハンターを名乗るには大きな覚悟が必要だと思い知らされた受験者たち
Okay.
Absolutely.
残りは42名
Whoa. Okay, so it was kind of a puzzle,
It was, but
and it wasn't also.
okay. Here's one thing I'm a little bit
Disappointed
disappointed
in.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they say that it's going to be about cooking, right?
Right.
I'm all for that. The fact that no one got creative with cooking the pork,
Yeah.
like no one, like even Karapika, like that bothered me a little bit. But I was like, okay, sure, whatever. That they don't really know anything about cooking, right?
None of them are actual cooks.
Yeah, but
exactly.
then the person who is so obsessed with cooking basically says, we're just gonna get these eggs, this delicacy, and then we're just gonna boil them, and that'll be it.
Well, the idea was that she changed the nature of the test. She said
sure.
we're not going to have it be about cooking at all. It's just going to be idea
Sure.
about the reward
Okay, yeah.
of going after something
Sure.
and thinking creatively.
Yeah, and that can be a way that like, all right, then it works.
Also, the people that stayed at the top, they weren't willing to try something new.
Yes.
That was what she made as a point. Previously, Menchi. Yeah, Menchi.
Yes.
So Menchi's little kind of point of saying that you guys as hunters are needing to actually go out and try new things, otherwise you
Yeah.
have no point in
Yes.
being hunters.
Yes.
What she added into the second test was the element of basically conquering your fear of doing venturing into the unknown.
Right.
For a reward that might not be worth it.
And that was very good. I really liked that.
Yeah.
I wish we got more Hisoka. I mean, I guess
No, we got
previous
Hisoka last episode.
Yeah, last episode was Hisoka's episode, but like I would have expected them to at least like show like what he did for cooking, I guess. But since everyone was just like, putting it on a spit and roasting it and then just putting it on a platter.
I think they were going for speed primarily.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dumb because there was no time limit.
There was no time limit, and if they really wanted to go for speed, all they had to do is just cut off a smaller piece of the pig, cook that, then you could really, garnish it up and all that stuff, make it presentable and everything.
Which is funny. No one did that.
No one.
I mean, Karapika did the little presentation thing, which I think was actually probably the best thing that was presented,
absolutely,
of course.
But
he
none of them-
misjudged the idea that it was about presentation rather than actual taste.
Right. The idea that they're given a cooking test and none of them really try to prepare a meal.
To an extent, I 100%. To an extent, I agree. It's kind of maybe used as more of a humorous thing.
Yeah, and to be fair, Hunter x Hunter is not a cooking show.
No, it's not. That would be funny if they're basically making a point of saying, hey, that lighthearted kind of goofy stuff? this is an example of how we're kind of transitioning away from that already.
Right.
Basically saying that cooking contest, woohoo, you know? No, we're not about that. We're about jumping into massive cavernous canyon things
that might have giant flying spiders.
Giant flying spiders. Guys, you have no idea how much my heart was pounding that I was going to have to deal with watching flying spiders defend their nests. You don't know. I have experienced some trauma with spiders.
Especially with the amount of crazy creatures that they've shown thus far.
Yeah.
Even with like the pigs and stuff. Now granted, the pigs are very... So far, pretty much everything is comically drawn.
Oh yeah.
But that, yeah, I could imagine the spiders would have been a little bit much for you.
For me.
Yeah. Now, I found it a little bit surprising that what was the chairman's name? Netero. Yeah. Okay, I got that right. I was surprised that he would intervene like that. Like, I get that they can't have everyone fail the Hunter exam.
Well, that was the thing I brought up in a previous episode. I was like, well, why can't everyone fail? I think they basically said, okay, we want to have at least a couple people pass, which I think is not that everyone can't, like at least some people have to pass, but it's that, okay, we let you have your fun with your cooking thing,
but we're not going to eliminate 200 people the last 200 people all at once. Yeah,
just because you don't like their cooking.
Yes,
I agree, and that's I think that's good. But what was your point you were going to make?
Well, my point was that it seemed a bit strange. Now, granted, it was because they were just taking basically half the applicants and just like, all right, you guys are all gone.
Yeah.
But since up till this point, they've focused so much on how rigorous this exam is, and that people will get dropped by the wayside. People will die trying to do this exam. They did die. And the examiners don't really seem to care.
No.
Right?
No.
Because it's all about getting those few hunters or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I was surprised that they had actual higher up intervention. But, but it does make sense from a certain standpoint if it's that they're really valuing those few hunters that they do get, so they want to make sure that they get them, right?
Yeah, I think it's also a thing that they maybe have an intended goal in that they try to cut away at least 10% every test, but, preferably around like 50 to like 75% every test. And that way we get a more gradual kind of whittling down of the remaining applicants.
Now, here's something I want to point out. Mm-hmm. I believe Menchie is the first female character other than Gon's aunt that we have seen.
That's true.
Now, this is a shonen, but...
They already played the pervert gag on her.
Yeah, they already played the pervert gag on her.
Granted, it was the old guy, but...
Yes, it was the old guy, but I would like to see some female characters that are not fan servicey, or at least that's not like, they're introduced and of course they're fan servicey. If there are fan service moments, whatever. Yeah. But like, let's get some variety going.
I don't think it's really a problem to have a fan service character, even.
Right, but
this one's just an episodic character, so we'll never see her again.
Right. But
we might.
I get the feeling we will at some point, but it's not going to be a big deal. But I would very much like to see some actual female characters in here somewhere.
That would be nice.
But yeah, that was my main.
I think the main thing is that this show came out in 1999.
Yes,
and
the manga would have come out even before then.
Yeah, so what you get is kind of an older style of shonen where they literally thought only young guys were going to read this.
Yes,
or watch it. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you watch the Fate series and you're like, oh man, this is so gorgeously animated, but the character designs are a bit old,
a bit dated.
A bit dated.
Yeah. Every time you see Shiro, you're like, dude, like, you're animated well, but what?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's. I think this is an example of that, because this is a reboot, effectively, of a 1999 show updated to 2011's technological standards.
Right.
And they might have cut out some fluff from the story here and there.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's going to be the same show, basically.
Right.
I'm sure we just triggered some people in the comments who are like, no, it's a totally different show. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure this is not a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood situation.
I mean, it might be. But
It might be, but I doubt it.
Now, okay, so last episode, we had that whole deal with Hisoka talking on the walkie-talkie and stuff.
Yeah.
That seems like a very important plot point, but they did not touch on Hisoka, like, at all in this episode.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, do you think that's something where they're basically trying to create distance so that because it is important and they don't want to reveal it all at once?
Right, we kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. There's a real possibility that we're just missing some things. Like we're just not aware.
That's true.
Because we're
true.
not paying attention enough.
Yeah.
I would be awesomely surprised if that's the case. One of the things that I brought up as a theory was that the Examiner is the one that's in on it because they would have the most insider information. But by the fact that the Examiner kind of moved off to the side and was watching them with binoculars and stuff, I think that makes it less likely that
right. Plus
the
if the person in the cloaks, with the green clothing or whatever, that was shown later but not shown the face for, if that wasn't some copy of Hisoka or something like that, then it certainly didn't match any of the body profiles of any of the other examiners or people in the Hunter Association that we've seen so far.
Maybe. There were a lot of characters introduced in episode 3.
That's true.
So we don't know that necessarily.
Well, no, but none of the people running the exam.
Yes. That is true. I think in the intro there is a character that's a female character that's next to Hisoka, and there doesn't seem to be an applicant that looks like that.
Sure, so maybe we should, when we watch the opening next weekend.
Yeah, we should take a look at see
if
who
the
the people
clothing's
that are
the same.
next to Hisoka.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. It would be cool to see like someone that's actually infiltrated the Hunter exam.
Yes.
And they're not an applicant. They're already a hunter, or they're some antagonist or some person like that. And Hisoka's just there following them along.
Right, or maybe they are actually like in the Hunter exam, but they shouldn't be. Like,
right. That's
like
even better.
Like there wasn't a proper background check or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think they do that. I think they just say, like, if you fulfill the criteria needed to get to this place, you're in the exam. Way to go.
Yeah.
And we will test you and nearly kill you multiple times, and if you survive that, way to go.
Yeah.
I'd say the only things I kind of noticed that was interesting was they decided to have a stereotypical kind of big fat guy character be the one that eats a lot, and they had kind of the skinny, more attractive girl who's there kind of for the fan servicey bits there, but each one of them displayed an extra dimension to them, in that Buhara was
incredibly strong.
Was incredibly strong, but no, he was incredibly protective, and he values life enough to basically say that, hey, I know, Menshi, that I should have intervened, because if you stopped him, he would be dead.
Right,
so,
and if you think about that, that might not seem like a very big deal, considering that hunters, like Kurapika said, that hunters are like praised for being noble and all that stuff. Yeah. But because of the hunters, the examiners, and all those people have been dropping like flies. Not just
lots
like
of people are dying,
like dying. So that is a very good point.
And
good job.
And Menshi looked very eager to just chop some people up if they pissed her off about claiming things like pork is the same dish no matter what you do, like what Hanzo said, and she's just like, oh, say that one more time. I got really worried for Hanzo. He's a favorite character of mine. I'm like, please don't kill him.
This is a whack theory, Caleb.
Okay.
What if the Hunter Association were the bad guys?
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be ridiculous.
Okay, crack theory wise, I love it. That's I love to make leaps of logic like that. That's way too far for me. That's way too far. At best, where the theory is right is that there are bad hunters.
Right.
There are really bad hunters.
Yes.
In fact, I think there are quite villainous hunters.
Yes,
absolutely. But the idea what they're setting up right now is that what the Hunter Association, or I don't even know what's called, the Hunter Association.
Yeah, the Hunter Association.
Yeah,
I wrote that
their
down because
whole
I was curious
group.
about it.
What that means is going to be discovered slowly and gradually.
Right.
As they progress through the Hunter's exam, of
Yeah.
course. And we won't fully know what that means until our main characters are hunters, because at least one of them is going to be. Like,
Yeah,
right?
hopefully. Like,
I would say at least all four.
yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure that the four, main characters are going to be hunters. Hisoka, I also think so, but
I also think so,
possibly
too.
not if, if he ended up going a different route.
Right. It could be kind of interesting. I
Yeah.
don't know. One of the things I'm sensing that they're also building up to, because this is an exam arc, is that, and I kind of know it has to be in here somewhere in HunterxHunter, because I have been told that there is one, but HunterxHunter apparently at some point has a tournament arc.
Right.
And 42 people, I think, is a perfect number for a bracket-style tournament. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure in terms of...
I don't think so. No, because
You
it
don't
has to.
think so?
No, it has to be some multiple of 2. If it was,
It is a multiple of 2.
no, like some perfect exponent of 2.
Oh,
So
perfect
like
exponent of
16,
2. Yes.
32,
Gotcha.
something like that.
Yeah, multiply from 2 to 2 to 2 to 2 all the way.
Right.
So that wouldn't work, but would 30... So 32 would work.
Right.
Okay, so then on the next one, if 10 people go,
Then we
we're
could
probably
be getting
getting
a tournament arc.
Hunter tournament arc, yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Oh, and okay, now.
And that's where they get into the powers and stuff like that.
Well, and how many main characters do we have right now?
4.
4.
So they can fight each other.
They could all be semifinalists.
Yep.
And then and
What about Hisoka though? He's kind of the odd.
Yeah,
I think Hisoka actually.
he's
he's
wild card.
Wild card, yeah. No, I think Hisoka is the kind of person though that would make it to the semifinals of a Hunter exam.
Oh,
It would
absolutely.
be kind of a gone Hisoka
Yes.
kind of typical ending thing. In fact, even in the intro at the very end, they show Hisoka and Gon fighting each other, and Hisoka does the Matrix little.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so good.
Yep.
But I don't know. That would be kind of cool. Other than that, I think I noticed that Menshi had a very opposite personality to Buhara.
Yep.
And that was good. But the thing that added even more extra dimension to her was that once Netero arrived, she was very self-critical, and she was
Yes.
very aware of her own weaknesses, which I was like, wow, she's a very wise person to
Right,
be...
despite how like sort of aggressive and brash and
Yeah.
hot-headed she was shown to be earlier.
Which I kind of looked at in a comic sense of like, oh, haha, I lose control around cooking. It's like, that's your quirk. That's your
Right,
little
your
character
shtick,
gimmick.
yeah.
But it went beyond that, and it was basically like, oh, fine, I'll resign as an examiner. I failed.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
I was like, whoa, that's...
now that doesn't mean resigning as a hunter. That just means resigning as an examiner.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Yeah.
But Netero had kind of the, no, let's alter things a little bit. Let's
Right.
salvage what we can.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that he's kind of got he's got the pervy old man kind of
Yes.
gag going on. But he also
Made
has
that
the
very
aspect
clear.
where he seems to take things and he doesn't want to just throw things away. He's the kind of person that
Sure.
values the little things.
Okay.
And maybe sees the big picture a little bit more than most hunters. That'd be cool for a leader, is you have someone who's
you
much
kind
more...
of need that.
You need that, but a lot of leaders are much more focus-driven, where they're like, we're going to focus here, and then we're going to focus here, and then we're going to focus
Sure.
here, and nothing
Okay.
else matters. Whereas he's like, no.
Ganosa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ganosa
Yeah.
from Psychopaths, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to an extent, is an example of a not-so-great leader. So maybe
Right.
big picture stuff is important for
Yeah.
leaders. But specifically in this kind of thing is kind of interesting.
Right.
Although, I mean, we were not expecting cooking. That was a fun twist, so to speak. We're like,
no, we were not.
like, what's that show you really like that's about cooking?
Sweetness and Lightning.
Sweetness
I
and Lightning.
love it.
Yeah, it's on
amazing.
our list. But I was like, wow, Jacob, we're gonna get something that
Yeah,
really get you excited.
And that's probably why I was a little bit salty about the fact that they didn't go into it more, because
the pork wasn't salted.
well, okay, but I was expecting something a little more.
Well, more.
Yeah.
If you get that reference,
Oh,
then
boy.
you are You have suffered like we have suffered.
Yeah.
Anyhow, this was an interesting episode.
Yep.
It was kind of a lull
After the intensity of
the previous
one.
episode.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of interesting ways they could take it now that the applicant number is so small.
Right.
Which means they could maybe do a lot more tests where only 2 or 3 people get cut out.
Yeah, and they could even
Or
if they got to an even smaller number, like around 20 or something,
Yeah.
they could get to the point where basically every surviving applicant is a sort of at least a side character kind of a thing.
Yes,
Where
I think
everyone has a name and all that.
I think that's going to be a thing. They already set that up in episode 3 when they showed like the guy who was kind of like
Yeah, they showed a ton of people.
like
Yeah.
They showed the one who had the blow darts thing. That's actually why I think there's an aspect of a tournament arc incoming, is because they showed
Yes.
not only their designs, but they said what they could do.
Yeah.
And then a couple of them, they're just like, oh, that guy's bad news. I don't want to go near him.
Right.
And then Hisoka's like, no one likes him. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a little bit of tension to build up in case we
Right.
all have to duel each other at some point in the
Exactly.
future.
Yep.
All right, good stuff, guys. We'll see you again at the next episode. But if you want to watch the next episode right now, you can go to check out our Patreon in the description of this video and become an early access member.
Yep.
Check that out. All right, but anything else to contribute or?
Nope. I think that covers it.
All right, that covers it. All right, so we'll see you again next time, guys. But until then, we're Semblance to Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.